Why NIO stock has been exploding over the last few days. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor, and today we are going to be speaking about NIO, baby, because there is some absolutely huge news going on with this company right now. Two fantastic pieces of news have came out yesterday for the company alone, and it's going to affect some of your other Chinese holdings as well if you do have any, so stay tuned, baby. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for hitting 100 likes on yesterday's video. Yet again, I appreciate you, and again, I'm going to keep up the promise. If you want another video tomorrow, 100 likes on today's video, baby. I know you guys can do it. I appreciate you. So over the last 2 days, NIO has gone up pretty much 12%, which I mean is no small move to the upside. NIO has been volatile as of late to an extent, but generally, we're only seeing a few percent's worth of a move on a good or bad day. Nothing quite like this, aside from coming off of this downtrend, which took a little bit longer. This was down to some of the allegations that we'll speak about in today's video. But anyway, they're up 12% in the last 2 days, and they're up over 4% in pre-market trading. So a 15+% move is what we are expecting within 3 days, which is absolutely nothing to sneeze at. And this comes down to two primary reasons. The first one is this, which is again going to affect some of your other Chinese holdings too. China plans more stimulus to stabilize the economy. Now, if you've been following the Chinese market at all, or even if you've been following Tesla or Lucid even, or ChargePoint, or a lot of these EV companies who have some degree of operations in China, you'll be aware of the lockdowns that have been going on. Things of the sorts. The economy has been struggling, as the large majority of economies are, okay? So China plans more stimulus to stabilize the economy. Now, is this stimulus going to be enough, or is this just going to be a headline that causes some short-term excitement that leads to a move such as this? That's what we're going to try to figure out in today's video. Can we expect all of these gains to be wiped out as soon as people realize maybe this isn't quite the save that we need? Or could this actually be the start of a nice steady upward move? So China has stepped up efforts to consolidate its economic recovery with a further $146 billion package to bolster growth. Another $43.8 billion in bonds to invest in infrastructure projects. That's part of the 19 policy package outlined by the Chinese State Council on Wednesday, on top of the $43.8 billion announced in June in an effort to further boost its economy. So they are, let's just say, pumping money into trying to get the economy back to a better place. It has not been doing the absolute best as of late. Not from an investor's point of view, or a private company or public company point of view anyway. JP Morgan's chief China economist, Zhu Haven, I'm sorry, I probably absolutely butchered that name to pieces. Hopefully you could forgive me. He believes the newly announced stimulus is crucial for China's economic growth. Now, I'm going to show you somebody here, this guy who says the stimulus will help improve the energy structure, adding the impact of the extreme weather on economy is temporary and limited. So quite bullish here from Zhu in general, expecting that this is going to make a relatively considerable difference. And you would expect so, I mean, if that much money is being pumped into these infrastructure projects. Goldman Sachs Group's economist said the measures announced Wednesday won't be enough to lift the overall growth rate from the 3% they're projecting. So again, here's an economist saying that they don't think it's enough, even after what happened in June and what's happening now. They can just expect this same headline potentially another 4 to 8 weeks. We're getting easing, but it's not quickly enough to keep up with the pace of deterioration in the broader economy. More domestic policy easing and improved growth and domestic demand is going to be key as we get into 2023. So again, pretty much saying that, you know, this is good, but it's not the level of easing that is necessary for China's economy to begin to flourish again. And also, there needs to be more domestic demand in general, which is, you know, one of the key outcomes of this easing that China will be looking for. Now, all things considered, this, you know, announcement can't ever be seen as anything but positive from NIO's point of view. Does it warrant a move this big? Well, if you consider the fact that they came down from 21 all the way down to, you know, those $18 marks, yeah, potentially. There was an overreaction to the downside, and now we might see a little bit of an overreaction to the upside, and it will even itself out. They are still trading heavily within this period of consolidation that has been going on for a long time now. We will have to wait and see if there is an actual breakout of any sort, okay? So that's the first big thing, the Chinese economy easing. Now, one more thing, one that some people will more likely be aware of, is this. There were short seller allegations against NIO recently, and again, just late yesterday or early today, I'm not sure which one, NIO internal review says the short seller allegations are not substantiated. Basically meaning it was just, an essentially phony short seller report in the most politically correct way that they can put it out there themselves. NIO says it has substantially completed an independent internal review, which found that the allegations raised by Grizzly Research were not substantiated. Now, I know if you see an internal review, you might just think, well, obviously, their board is going to say that things, but what this actually means is they formed an independent committee consisting of independent board directors to oversee an investigation into the allegations made. The committee retained independent professional advisors to assist with the investigation, including an international law firm and a well-regarded forensic accounting firm. So, no, it's not just their own board coming out and saying that, there's not substantial evidence, etc. There has been outside professionals included. So this here, in my personal opinion, is bigger than the whole Chinese economic stimulus update. I know that might sound silly, but for NIO as a company, not just for the broader economic outlook, this here, being able to come out with this headline is very, very important. We've seen what short sellers have done to companies in the past. We've seen what short sellers have done to NIO in the past even. But it does look like this particular short seller was just out there on a hit piece. So hopefully that does end up being the case. It was quite a damning report. One more thing that's going to come up soon is their second quarter results coming out September 7th, 2022. So, nearly 10 days ago, something along those lines, or 10 days in the future. So this will be quite exciting one to see what happens with NIO. If we take a look at the chart, last time we had earnings, there was a small dip before we actually went on a nice upward run. So hopefully we can see a good earnings again. We can get a nice little EPS beat. And, we can make some money, baby. But that is why NIO is running as of right now, my friends. Those two primary pieces of news. And the large majority of Chinese stocks are doing quite decent. I would also like to point out that in all honesty, yesterday was just a really good day for EV stocks. You see, hyliion was up 6.8%. Li Auto, again, another Chinese one, 4.6%. But then we have Workhorse and ChargePoint, right? American companies all had a 2 to 3.5% green day as well. So it was a generally good day. So what price points should we be looking towards now as long-term investors to really feel confident in the future of NIO? Well, this relatively prominent area of resistance here, we need to break out above that $22-ish mark and stay above it for at least, and I mean at least a few days to show any sort of strength, or else we're just going to get more of this zigzagging up, down, up, down, up, down. The next point we're looking towards is about 25.50, okay? I don't think the end of this short report is here yet. It's going to be very easy for Grizzly Research to just come out and say that there is substantial evidence. Maybe this will lead to even more retaliation. Short sellers don't like losing their money just as much as buyers don't like losing their money. And that could just as quickly lead to a negative day. So when it comes to NIO in the short term right now, expect immense volatility in my personal opinion. You'll see the RSI is right at about even now. We could still make a push for that $22 mark though, in my opinion. But anyway, guys, that is why NIO stock is exploding, baby. I hope some of you guys have some juicy calls that have made you some nice juicy profits over the last few days. And to the long-term investors, congratulations, we're in a better place than we were 3 days ago. If you watched this video all the way till the end, you, my friend, are a true legend, and I really do appreciate you being here from the bottom of my heart. Your support really, really does mean the world to me. And again, just to everybody who has watched until the end, thanks for the support since I've started trying to do these dailies again. We got the 100 likes on the last 2 videos. Hopefully we can do it again and we can keep the streak alive. But anyway, guys, I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'll see you in another video very soon. Peace.